is the start of the Sweater Weather Readathon by Abigail's Cup of Tea, and I felt like I definitely have to jump on that and doing a readathon. I can't complain. I have read over 35 books I think this year, so I might reach 50 if I read instead of watch Netflix. So that's also the reason why I cancelled my Netflix again, just for this readathon. The readathon starts on the 17th of October, and I think it goes actually 1 week, but I love to have readathons that are like 4 weeks or a month, because I do not read like for several hours. I have like bits here and there, and then when I'm in the tram I read a bit, or when I'm at work and have a 5-minute break I will read a bit. So because I like to have longer readathons, I decided to extend that 1 week to 4 weeks. So we'll do this readathon until the 13th of November, and of course I take you with me and tell you about all the books I'm reading. But before I can start that, I definitely have to finish reading the books that I'm currently reading, and maybe I should just show you what I'm reading at the moment. Okay, the first book I actually took with me to Turkey, and you have seen the first part of my beach vacation. The next one will come next week. So I read The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday. That's a cool name. So far I'm not impressed, to be honest. It's just, I kind of had hoped for a little bit more, because like as you know, I'm on my weight loss journey and I face obstacles daily, and I felt like this book could have given me some more insights how to approach them, how to overcome them. But I feel like this is more like a compilation of blog posts. Like, all the chapters are very short, they don't go in depth, and some of them are really like, I don't want to say American, but this kind of like American dream thing of one day the hero decided that he or she will change her life, and then they changed their lives and didn't face any problems with that and just kept going, and that's just not reality. You have so many days where nothing works and you want to give up, and you have to find out how you keep going, and that's what I hope that this book would help me with. But no, I'm almost through, so yeah, I have to say I'm disappointed. Yeah. The next book is a reread, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, in Norwegian. I felt like I had to start again because, like, I mean, it's fall. You need to read Harry Potter when it's fall, right? I have to say, since I still haven't read the 7th book, there's some things that I kind of notice a bit more, and some things they say where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe this has something to do with later what's happening. But yeah, it's just nice to be back at Hogwarts. I have to say, like, the first movie is actually my favorites, because they show so much more about the magical world and the routines there and the seasonal stuff, and they just don't have so much time for that in the later films. So I have to say I like them the best, and probably also because they're not that scary. Okay, third book I have to read today is Atomic Habits, which is also a reread by James Clear. Since I love habits, of course I had to reread again, and every time I read the book I come up with something new that I feel like, oh, I could try that. So for example, the pointing and calling method I found very interesting. So they use that in a Japanese subway to kind of call out red light or green light, doors are closed, so they check and say it. I think that's probably the same as they go through the checklist in the cockpit, and it reduces the amount of mistakes. And well, in subway, or probably also in the plane, it reduces the chance of accidents. I just cooked up some broccoli to make broccoli soup later. Actually, I've never made broccoli soup. I always bought the store one, and I thought it can't be that difficult to make yourself, so all for the more healthy stuff instead of buying pre-packed food. But it's a beautiful day outside, so I think we should go for a walk and then read more, because I finished the first book, The Obstacle is the Way, but we have so much more to go. I actually calculated it was like 335 pages I have to read. Yeah, it's probably a bit ambitious for today, but we'll see. Done scrapbooking in my Erin Condren for quite a while, so I haven't printed out a lot of pictures, and I guess I will spend some time scrapbooking today. It looks so nice. There's so much blue in here from Turkey. Ah, great times. All the 3 books. I finished The Obstacle is the Way, and I stay with my opinion on it. I think the last part was kind of like a bit more inspiring, but still I think I will just give it 3 stars. And then when it comes to the other ones, I think I have like 100 pages left in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and only like 30 pages in Atomic Habits, so I'm quite sure that I will finish these 2 books in a few days. But today starts the Sweater Weather Readathon, yay! And I thought I'd show you some of the books that I have chosen for this readathon. So this readathon is made by Abigail's Cup of Tea and 2 of her friends, and they give us 5 reading prompts. So they give you a prompt and you have to find a book that fits to it. And usually it's quite broad, so it is usually easy to find books that you like and you're interested in. But often they give you also one reading prompt that is a bit out of your comfort zone or a genre that you usually don't read, and that was also the case in here. But let's get started with the first prompt, and that was a book with an orange cover. And this is gonna be A Study in Charlotte. So this is the series of the great-great-great-granddaughter of Sherlock Holmes, Charlotte Holmes, and she's going to college and will meet Jamie there, and they will try to find a murder. And I think they have 4 books of this series, and it sounds really fun. I saw it on Abigail's Cup of Tea, so I thought, like, since I love Sherlock Holmes, and Hercule Poirot, I should definitely give that a try. The second prompt was to find a book that takes place in fall, and I mean, you can't read a readathon without Harry Potter, so I will just choose the second book, The Chamber of Secrets, and I will read this book in Norwegian. The third prompt told you to find a book in a genre that you usually don't read, and I'm like, no. I just like to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to books. But I got a book from my friend Lisa for my birthday, and it's called Frau Merian und die Wunder der Welt, and it's a historical book about a researcher and artist. Her name is called Maria Sibylla Merian in Amsterdam, and it takes place at the end of the 1700s, and she tries to make money to go on a research exhibition. So I'm really curious how this is gonna be, but it's also the biggest book in my stack, so I will have to read quite a lot of it every day to reach my goals. The other two books I will read on my laptop, and one is read a book with a fall name in the title, and I got an Hercule Poirot book from Agatha Christie. It's called Halloween Party. I've seen the TV episode, but I've never read the book, so that's gonna be really cool, and I also want to try to read it until Halloween, so I will finish it within 2 weeks. But now that I'm thinking about who was the murderer, I don't remember, so that's probably perfect. The fifth prompt is to read a backlist, which means a book that wasn't published in 2021. And since I haven't had a self-help book in this stack yet, I definitely had to do it now, and it's gonna be Personality is Not Permanent, and it's a lot about beliefs and stories that we tell each other, and I'm really looking forward to read that. It sounds promising. So these are the books I'm gonna read for the Sweater Weather Readathon, and I get often asked how I'm able to read that much, and I think you really have to make time for it. So I will actually place the books in different places. So for example, Frau Merian, for example, she will stay with me here in my reading nook, and I will make an alarm every day to read a half hour on it. Then Personality Isn't Permanent, I will read in the morning. Usually after I woke up, I will read like 10 pages. Then Halloween, I probably will read in the evening before I go to bed. And then these two books are actually perfect because they are not as big, so you can take them on the tram or in the bus. And I now have several events coming up where I have to travel somewhere, and well, that will give you maybe 10 to 30 pages. So that's kind of like how you try to get in a little bit more reading time, a little bit here and a little bit there, and a little bit less Instagram and Facebook and all the other fun stuff. And that's how I do it. So next week you will see part 2 of my solo travel beach vacation in Turkey, and after that we'll go back to a reading vlog with all the books and a lot more. Have a wonderful day.